Understanding the differences between religious meditation and secular meditation can help you understand which form may be best suited for you based on your goals, and if you might want to have a combination of the two of these based on your goals. And I actually don't think most people who are getting into meditation really understand these differences I'm about to explain. Before getting into it real quick, I'm Ellis from MindMo. And if you're looking for more education, trainings, and even certifications in mindfulness-based practices, make sure you click on the link below. And also don't forget to like and subscribe to get more free videos like this one. So when it comes to religious meditation, there's going to be a few key components. Typically, the meditation is going to be based around ideas, theology, and dogma of that religion. And that's usually going to come from specific texts. So the practice itself will be based around what is said in those texts and the beliefs and dogma of the religion. And then because of that, there's going to be specific spiritual goals that are associated with those religious beliefs. So regardless if you're practicing Buddhist meditation, Christian, Jewish meditation, whatever, there's going to be specific goals that are usually going to be tied to those beliefs and dogma or theology of the religion. Now, when it comes to the specific forms of Buddhist meditation, in Buddhism, we'll see things like Vipassana or Zazen or metta, loving kindness, even sometimes invocation of deities in Buddhism. And these are going to be the most popular practices that are usually going to be a form of sitting meditation or repetition of a specific phrase, things like that. In Hinduism, we'll see practices like japa meditation within bhakti yoga, which is a form of repetition of mantra. There's tantric forms of meditation. There's meditation that's specifically referencing Hindu deities. And then in Abrahamic traditions, for instance, in Christianity, we see something like centering prayer that's sort of like mindfulness meditation, but it's connected to Christian theology. In Judaism, we see things like Kabbalistic forms of meditation, and similarly amongst different expressions of Abrahamic faiths. Now, when it comes to secular meditation, the main difference is that it's going to be rooted in science rather than rooted in religious beliefs and texts. It may have spiritual influences, and I would say it certainly does. Modern forms of meditation that we'll get into in the secular section here are definitely inspired by traditions, religious traditions and spiritual traditions, but they're going to be detached from that strict dogma. And usually the goal of practicing secular meditation is going to be improving someone's wellness and or potentially developing some sort of spiritual insights, self-discovery. But again, it's going to be detached from specific religious dogma. Now, what about the forms for secular meditation? It's typically going to be things like mindfulness meditation. So this would typically be either focusing on the breath or mindful walking or open monitoring, where you're not focused on one thing, but just like the whole moment. Guided meditations, where you're listening to someone guide you towards a certain state or quality or desire, so to speak. Affirmation or mantra repetition in a secular manner. So this would be where you're repeating a specific word or a phrase for a specific intention. And then I put here also breath work and self-inquiry. So breath work technically kind of falls outside of that traditional meditation scope, but it can also be a form of meditation if you really have like a singular point focus on it. And also self-inquiry is a practice that is about asking who I am or who am I. And it is inspired a lot by Advaita Vedanta in Hinduism, but it can also be done in a secular way, detached from dogma. So this should help you understand the differences between the two. It's important to note that I am not saying that either one of these are better than the other. Everyone's different. Everyone has different goals. Both of these, I think, have a lot of value depending on what those goals are. If you like this video, make sure you click like and subscribe. And again, click on the link below if you're looking for more education, trainings, and even certifications in mindfulness practices.